couple things that board of directors should be looking at, and the managers, is if that policy has a prior acts endorsement to the policy, which means they're going to cover prior to the effective date of the policy, and or does it have a retroactive date? Retroactive date would make sure that it goes, back before the policy goes into effect. Those are two very important things, and let me explain to you why. We had a incident at one point where we had a client call us up and tell us they were going to cancel their insurance policy. We tried to find out a little bit about it, but they were pretty short, just wanted to go with a different carrier. They had a cheaper price. About 6 months later, we received a phone call, and the phone call was, hey, we had a claim that was just reported to us back in January. We were now in September, and you need to put this claim in with the carrier. I explained to her that I had no prior knowledge of that claim, and she said, well, no, we didn't know anything about it either. We just got word of it just the other day. I said, okay, go ahead and forward me the paperwork, but I'm going to tell you now it's probably not covered. And what you're going to need to do is you need to follow up with the carrier that you have now and make sure that they gave you a retroactive date or that their policy has prior acts coverage. She did that. I contacted our carrier. Our carrier denied the claim because on a directors and officers policy, once that policy goes out of force, there is no more coverage going back. And if we have no knowledge of a claim from prior, there is no coverage. That was the situation here. The association had no coverage from our policy, and the policy that they had bought in, where they thought they were going to save a couple of dollars, I think maybe $100, they had no prior coverage and ended up having to pay out a $60,000 claim from the operating for the association. If you're shopping for directors and officers coverage, please give us a call. We'd be glad to give you some options. We represent over 6 different carriers.